Hey everybody, how's it going? We are here with a timeless reading. Welcome. The first card that we have out is Two of Wands. We also have Ace of Pentacles and the World. I'm seeing a plan being offered. It does look like a new chapter is materializing. This can definitely be the beginning of something that feels significant. I'm seeing the Lovers. I'm seeing a Tower. So there can definitely be something unexpected going on within a relationship or with another person. It can even be a time that just like feels like a Tower in general. I'm seeing it's being worked through. Like, I wonder if this is something that's going on with you and another person where it can feel like there's something really big that is... Tower can be change, it can be a shifting, it can feel like things are moving around. It can just be like something unexpected going on with you and this person, or it can be like a big shift that the relationship in general is going through. It looks like this is being worked through. I'm seeing Hierophant, I'm seeing Four of Wands, so this can be something connected with commitment, marriage. The Moon is there too, so there can be security, there can be a contract involved. Higher commitment. I get the sense of Hierophant and High Priestess sort of joining forces here to create a dynamic, to create a relationship. And it feels like this is something lasting. I even get a sense of harmony between the two, which can feel like there is a functioning now that's going to be happening. With the Four of Wands, it feels like this is all to establish something so it can become a regularity. I get the sense too that this has been being worked on for quite some time. Even though that may be news to some. With the High Priestess there, like this is something that maybe wasn't total public knowledge before. We have Gemini, we have Taurus, the Moon, Mars, and Saturn. Okay, so even though we have the different options available with where things can go next, I'm seeing Four of Cups below it. So this can mean a plan is being offered up, but then Four of Cups can be this feeling of like maybe not wanting to take that. Maybe not wanting to take that on. And then with the Ace of Pentacles, I'm seeing Two of Swords be below it, so it feels like, well, what do you want to do about this? Like, the new chapter is here. Is it a yes or is it a no? What is your new chapter going to be? Because maybe it's going to be, something new is going to be starting anyway, like, regardless. But there can even be a desire not to make a choice here. Having Four of Cups and having Two of Swords can be like, I don't want to be the one making this choice, or I don't want the responsibility, or I don't want to be the one making this call, or like I don't want to make the choice right now. It can be these things that are popping up. Because it can feel, one can still feel actually quite indecisive about this, and one can feel, I don't know if it's just like this plan in general isn't resonating with me, or like it's not a good time right now. But it feels almost like, here, now you have the option to make the choice. What do you decide? And this feeling of like reticence to actually make a decision with this. Maybe there's also a feeling about something that hasn't been totally disclosed yet either. Okay, interesting. I'm seeing Seven of Swords, and I'm seeing strength. Seven of Swords is being connected with the Lovers, so this can definitely be something that's connected with like sabotaging a relationship, or this can be something going on where there's like a lack of transparency between these people. There can be I don't know, maybe like something being exposed that wasn't before. I'm seeing Gemini and Leo connected with one another, and that's where the Tower and the Seven of Swords is. Seven of Swords feels like something going on. I mean, this can be a feeling of betrayal as well. I'd see this more than anything as when Seven of Swords is connected with the Lovers, we're speaking about a relationship here. Seven of Swords is this feeling of there usually being a call to take action in some way, to do something or not to do something, but one can feel like they can't really face whatever that is. So it can be actually like a need for honesty here, or to divulge something, or to not do something, and then instead of one being transparent about it, can actually be kind of not. But that also doesn't mean that something necessarily has to happen. It can be the temptation. It can be like the temptation to not be transparent. And one can even, like, why the Seven of Swords comes up is because there's either a temptation to, or one has already done something that one would not want to be perceived doing. And so that's where this hidden energy can come from, of like, I don't want anybody to know that I have this going on, or this is what I'm doing. And having strength there feels almost like there is a choice maybe for one to experience something going on where they wouldn't truly be brave, or they wouldn't really be courageous, or they wouldn't really be following their heart, the thoughts that would be connected with that, and then to sort of overcome that, to see that one's willpower is involved in this, and that doesn't have to be the way that things happen. This can just be something generally challenging happening within the relationship too, but having strength there feels like there's possibly an opportunity to work through whatever this is. I do kind of get the feeling with Seven of Swords and strength there as like, I don't know if something actually happened. There may just be a thought of like, I could take that road, but then we don't know if it's actually being acted upon or not. You know, it's like somebody could maybe feel tempted to do something, but they didn't necessarily make the choice to do so, and they can really flex their heart muscle here. But it may be a difficult thing to do in this scenario. I feel too like this may actually knock down some things that one has going. More than anything, this feels like the temptation of like not being transparent with somebody, and it can be like somebody that one is in a relationship with, or it can be in some way taking apart the relationship, but then not being upfront about it. Like maybe there's something going on within the relationship where one needs to say, like, this is how I'm feeling about things, and maybe there's a lack of transparency with that, and then doing other things, you know, like it can be, for example, I'm not saying this is the case, just using an example to describe the energy. It can be somebody that maybe like isn't into the relationship, and then instead of communicating that with the partner, doing little things to sort of undermine the relationship, and then it falls apart, and the person is like looking around, not taking accountability, when really more unconsciously maybe they actually wanted the breakup to happen. You know, it can be something like that. I do almost feel like there's still a choice here. Like something maybe hasn't fully happened yet, even though it's sort of in the astral space right now as an option. Yeah, I actually feel like this is being confirmed because with that Two of Wands feels like one can be feeling like they're at a crossroads currently. I can go this way, I can go that way. But then having that Four of Cups feels maybe like not really wanting to figure things out, maybe not wanting to decide, maybe not wanting to choose. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Swords feels like the path has not been chosen yet, like the decision has not been made yet. Also, too, this can be something maybe already planned out and one like not really wanting to follow the plan. Like maybe there's a feeling of wanting to backpedal a little bit here or just be still and not do anything. With Two of Wands, it can be like a need to plan or a need to figure something out or a need to follow through with what's been agreed upon. And Four of Cups is going to be that feeling of, for some reason, not wanting to do that. Not right now, anyway. That's not... Four of Cups can be more of a transient energy where it's like, well, I don't want to do it right now, but tomorrow I will. It can be something like this. It doesn't mean that the person is necessarily going to stay feeling like that. Until that's done, it feels like a choice is not being made. And it's connected with a new chapter that's going to be beginning. I'm seeing the World and I'm seeing Ten of Pentacles. So I'd say that there's sort of a game plan of where one is attempting to go. Having the Lovers and having Seven of Swords is going to bring up stuff that's connected with relationship. I feel too, because the Lovers is connected with Gemini, there can be something going on within the communication, maybe specifically within the relationship. Like maybe something that's being hidden possibly. I am seeing Six of Wands though, so I don't think that this is going to... I think that this is going to be overcome, seeing Six of Wands clarify Seven of Swords. So it can be... Like at first I didn't say anything, but now I'm going to say something. Or I was thinking about not saying something, but now I'm going to say something. Or like, I wasn't going to expose this, but now I'm going to expose this. I feel like for some reason Seven of Swords has to be recognized, like it was on the table, as a possibility. This can also be one like having one's suspicions about things as well. If this is a personal feeling, this can be there being some type of cognitive distortion or paranoia. That can be something as well. Or like a lack of trust. That can be something that comes out. Seeing Tower and seeing Strength is about something going on. It can feel kind of chaotic. And then Strength is about moving through a time where it can feel like things are sort of all over the place. Then having Eight of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles, I'd say that one's experience can potentially be quite helpful with what's going on currently. Then we have Hierophant and we have Four of Swords. So this feels like resting, grounding, maybe seeking guidance as well to get through this part right now. Then having Four of Wands and having Page of Wands. Four of Wands is about sort of what we want, but I'm seeing this be connected with Two of Wands. They're Two of Swords, and so maybe there's something that has to be decided about the relationship. This can be like something about the marriage needs to be figured out, or something about the relationship needs to be figured out. Like, do I want to have this chapter with this person? What do I want to be doing? And like a choice that still hasn't been made yet. Maybe also too, like one's unwillingness to make a choice can be the thing that is sort of like sabotaging the relationship. I don't know if that's really... Like, Seven of Swords doesn't have to be some huge indiscretion. It can be more so... it can be possibly inaction. It can be procrastination. Like, it doesn't have to be somebody deliberately being like, I'm going to hide this from the other person. Seven of Swords is a personal issue that then will bleed into the relationship. So it can be something going on within one's personal life that then their own personal problem ends up impacting the relationship in some way. Like, this can be somebody that has a hard time making decisions and really puts things off, and then the relationship is going to suffer because of that. You know, like, maybe there's a question about, like, do we get married or not? Or do we start this or not? And it feels like, or do we move here or not? Do we buy the house? Having this be here, having the Page of Wands underneath the Four of Wands, feels like there's a path that we could get going upon. Do you want to be on this path together? What's going to happen? And then having High Priestess and having Queen of Swords feels like needing to discern what one is feeling on a deep level. But having that Four of Cups, there can actually be something emotionally going on where one is feeling something, but maybe they don't want to be feeling it. And that may be why this stuff is happening, but there may be a lack of one's personal review about what's going on, meaning one may have some more unconscious feelings here that one does not want to take a closer look at, yet their actions will reflect this, even if they're not totally aware of it. And that can be why something continuously has been put off. Because it even feels like, okay, these are options now, what do you want to do? And that Four of Cups feels like, well, I don't want to get involved in this now, or like, I don't want to do the plan now. Even though one is kind of at a crossroads there can be a, like, not really engaging. So there's kind of a sitting there as the road splits and not doing something, like not making a choice, but almost feeling like, I don't know why. I don't know if this, like, actually is time sensitive or not. It feels almost like, can life really go on unless this is decided upon? Like, the journey may not really move past this point. Possibly. Having the Tower and having Strength be at the very center of this can be a time of great change regardless of what's being chosen. The relationship is chosen, things can change because of that. Something's made official, things can change because of that. This can be the dissolution of the relationship, things can change because of that. It feels like no matter what, this is going to be a big significant time where something prominent, it feels, is going to change in one's life, regardless of what's chosen. Like, everything may be, every choice may be implying some type of change that will be applied to the situation. I do feel like this new chapter is meant to be one that emanates a feeling of groundedness and peace of mind, where there is a feeling of security and commitment. And I do feel too like something is going on with the Seven of Swords, which can potentially be problematic. But then having Six of Wands clarify Seven of Swords, I don't actually see this being an issue. It feels like something could have potentially gotten in the way of things or marked things, but then that doesn't end up happening. It feels like the Seven of Swords ends up being worked through and it doesn't cause whatever issues it would cause or whatever impact it would have. Okay. For some of you with Seven of Swords and the Tower, what this can mean is that something was happening where it can be like maybe you caught somebody lying, or maybe like just something destructive was going on within the relationship and then there was a blowout because of it. But then, I mean, having Page of Pentacles and having the Hierophant, maybe somebody got help, you know. This can be like getting counseling or something like that. And deciding that one is going to get like more familiar with their internal worlds. Page of Wands and the High Priestess. So it can be something like that. Yeah, some of you, I am seeing like an event actually happened, and it could have been like, this will ruin the relationship. This Tower is here going on, showing that this is something serious. It has a serious impact and something needs to be done. And that can be part of the choice as well. That something, it feels like something actually is being done, but there may be something that's like kind of on hold, maybe as things are playing out a bit here. Maybe that's a reason why one doesn't feel like they want to go forward with things yet. Maybe something needs to settle a bit still. You know, like if something happens and there's a loss of trust for some reason, it can feel almost like it undermines what's been accomplished within the relationship. It may not be an easy time to get through. One may also feel like, I'm not feeling the best about what's going on right now, but there may not be like a total abandoning of this, and there may need to be a seeing how things play out and then figure things out from there to decide what to do, because maybe a choice hinders upon what's actually going to be playing out. I am seeing the Chariot on the bottom of the deck, so this means that even though this can feel like something quite significant happening at this point in time, that this can be worked out, that this can be figured out. I feel like that about covers everything. We have Leo, we have Taurus, Cancer on the bottom of the deck, we have Gemini, the Moon, Mars, and Saturn. I feel too like there can be okay, we're heading into this new chapter, but I feel like there's kind of an emotional resistance to this, maybe just in context of what's going on currently. Like this can be a chapter that ends up leading to the Ten of Pentacles, where it's like everybody would be happy with that. This can be a difficult time within the relationship, working on things, the balance between like mental health, physical health, spiritual health, emotional health, and needing to figure out things within the relationship, within one's life, what feels like things are functioning, how to get things to function properly, problem solving, these things. And I guess like keeping a close eye on things as well, and checking in and using one's discernment. I do feel like there's a, like maybe not feeling the best emotionally. I feel too like that kind of makes sense given the situation as well. I get this sense of like something kind of crumbling, and then there having to be some mental and emotional recovery from that. Although it does look like this time is coming to an end. And there can even be something about like standing by one's commitment, possibly making that choice to do so. Okay. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.